Okay, so obviously there's been quite a lot of questions with regards to the show on Facebook and all of that, and I think one of the biggest ones was what sets PCA apart from the other federations, and what makes it different for the athlete and the competitor.
So we decided to put a video together just with some of the commonly asked questions regarding the PCA and also regarding the show that we are seeing in Port Elizabeth. Myself and Marco, we got involved with Kevin, looking to put together something fantastic for the Bay. But yeah, so then obviously there are a few questions that have been asked. We're going to start with Marco. From your side, you've been more involved with athletes, working with the athletes.
Mm-hmm.
What are the most commonly asked questions from their side?
I think the biggest thing is people see this this event marketed as the premier fitness and bodybuilding event of Port Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And then immediately it's followed by what sets PCA as a federation apart, and then also what sets the show apart from everything else that they've come to know.
Okay. Well, if I can answer that one then. The PCA doesn't dictate where you compete. To us, it doesn't matter if you compete in different federations, you compete in the private sector, whatever the case may be. I feel personally, if the more you compete, the more you'll hone that skill. So we, for lack of a better word, we won't hold athletes ransom to any federation or to our federation. We want you to compete. We want you to do well. And I would say that's the one thing that the PCA stands for. And Kevin shares our sentiments when it comes to this. You are welcome to compete on other platforms. But there's always a place for every athlete on our stage.
Cool. And then obviously the other one was just for the athlete. And with that, I think everything that we've come to know in Port Elizabeth so far has been predominantly bodybuilding based.
Yeah.
Where this time around we've brought in a lot more fitness divisions.
Yeah.
Which is really cool because the average guy, he's not quite big enough for example, a physique division, but now there's another 2 divisions that he can actually slot into, so it opens up the spectrum for so many more guys. And I also feel with regards to your guys that aren't big enough to do something like a classic or bodybuilding division, but they a bit too big for physique.
Yeah.
There's divisions for them as well, so that opens that side up completely.
Especially not just, it's gone without saying, the female lineups over the last 5 or 6 years have probably tripled in size. So we've also made provision for the female lineups in that regard, where you'll find there are more divisions for ladies now. I think we had a few requests for a over 35.
Yeah, fitness bikini over 35.
Yeah, we had. So we did that. We opened up that lineup as well for them. But this is also just if I can get back to what makes the PCA slightly different from other federations, is that when we posted our initial show poster, and we got some feedback from the athletes, what we did then was we then took that information and we said, okay, listen, there was a request for over 35 lineup. Why don't we open that lineup for them? And then we did so. Because we want this to be a show for the athletes. It's been very important, and from my side, I've hosted 2 shows in Port Elizabeth, 2 very successful shows in that regard as well. But it was successful for one reason. Those shows were planned from backstage forward. The athletes were looked after first, and then we filtered that through till we get to the ticket booth, not the other way around.
Yep.
And that's how I want us to do the same when it comes to the PCA show in Port Elizabeth. The athletes get looked after first. So in that regard, opening up more lineups for the athletes and making sure also that the lineups are full. Marco, you would understand, you've competed.
Yeah.
No one wants to be in a lineup with one other person. So this is now there's a massive platform for athletes to compete in.